Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Let's try to get to know each other a little bit in the beginning. So I will kindly ask you to raise your hand if you have ever been in a relationship. And now keep your hand up if you are still in that relationship. Now raise your hand if you are in love right now, but it's a situationship. You can be honest, we're not judging. Oh, okay. Now raise your hand, please, if you are using ChatGPT to send messages. Be honest. Come on. Exactly. And now, please, stand up if you would like to be in a loving, tender, and supportive relationship sometime in your life. No, I don't believe it. You don't want to be in a loving relationship. Okay, now, thank you. You see, I'm sure that we all crave connection, each one of us. But do we really feel it? Do we really live it? Because we are living times of great paradox. We are constantly communicating, but we are lonelier than ever. And it's not me saying this, it's actually data. I've been reading lately an article on Psychologist Today, and it was about the loneliness pandemics, and it's actually worse than we can imagine. And I'm not saying this somehow to make you feel bad, because if we have here also youngsters, also older generation, but the younger one, it's not your fault. You were born into this world. It's a world where we are constantly online. It's a world that replaced strolling with scrolling. It's a world that replaced talking with chatting. It's a world where maybe you are sending a good morning text to 3 people every day. But when you get to see them, you cannot look them into the eye, or you pass by them on the street and you act as if you would not know them. And it's a pity, because we've built all this entire amazing digital universe, but we've lost something very precious along the way, and that is the art of human connection. And let me tell you 2 stories. And the first one is about myself. When I was your age, and I never thought I would be on a stage and say when I was your age, but it's true. There was no AI, there was no ChatGPT to write messages. It was a Nokia or an Ericsson or a BlackBerry later on. And you use them only for very short calls, because it was very expensive to use the cellular phone by that time. You either had just a few minutes included, or each minute was so costly that you couldn't afford it. So unless you called someone from your school, let's say, that you liked, let's say, you had no idea from Friday to Monday what that person was doing. Imagine the same thing was happening during the holidays, the winter holidays, the summer holidays. You had no idea, and you can imagine the longing you felt for the other. But then there was the reverse of the situation, because you got back to school and you got to see them again. And the feeling was so amazing. Well, by that time, when you liked someone, you had to walk over to meet them. You had to look them into the eye. You had to stand in front of them and say something, and sometimes it was very awkward, or not. We were very nervous, we had sweaty palms, but we lived. And it was a very good opportunity in all these emotions to get to know each other and to learn how to interact with each other. And then coming back to the present, I was in a restaurant some time ago, and next to me there was a table with some girls, and one of them was chatting on her phone, maybe with a crush, with her boyfriend or something, and she did not know what to reply. And she asked the other girls, and they did not know what to say either. So they asked ChatGPT for a smart and witty reply. Can you imagine having AI as a third wheel in your relationship? Can you imagine that? Yes? Okay, it's cute, but it's terrifying, I think. Because if you don't learn how to talk for yourself and you give this opportunity to the technology, how will you be able, not in love, but in life, to speak for yourself, to stand up for yourself, to defend your rights in certain situations? And coming back to the romantic relationships, think about you get to meet someone and you start with chatting, and you chat and each one of you writes messages via ChatGPT, and you say, okay, I like this person, let's meet. And then you meet. Will you be the same person as the one that chatted till then? Will you be able to talk the same way? We use technology for connecting, but what if technology is actually disconnecting us? Think about the last time when you talked to someone for 1 hour, to a family member, to a friend, to your boyfriend, girlfriend, crush, whatever. We don't call anymore, we text. But while texting, okay, it's words, and words have a certain meaning. But the deeper meaning is when you give the words an intonation, when you give the words a facial expression. We don't see each other anymore. We send pictures and videos, but pictures and videos can be modified. Will it be the same you in reality as the ones that send the picture? We don't stay anymore. We keep scrolling, thinking that there is always someone better out there than what we have in front of us. And it's not just about love. It's about life. Because we are losing the touch with, not just with the others, but also touch with ourselves. Because real life does not happen in the metaverse. It happens in presence. It happens right now. When I'm talking to you, I'm looking at you, I'm talking to you. This is real life, this is present, this is connecting, this is energy, an exchange of energy. And it also happens in this kind of uncomfortable silence. When you stand in front of the other and you don't know what to say anymore, and you just have to stay there and breathe the same air. And I suggest you should watch Pulp Fiction, Tarantino's movie. There is a scene about the uncomfortable silence when she's saying, don't you hate these uncomfortable silences? Why do people not just shut up for a few minutes and just stay there and enjoy it? And that is connection. That is human. And I'm not saying that technology is our worst enemy. We need technology, we have it in our lives. I myself use it quite a lot. But are you using technology? You arrived later. Are you using ChatGPT? No. So it's not the worst enemy, because AI helps us a lot. It helps us learn faster, it helps us be more efficient at work. It helps us sometimes even to get to know ourselves more deeper. But there is a secret. AI is very smart indeed, but it is something that is not. It's not wise. And this is because wisdom comes with living. It comes from failing, from standing up, from loving, from crying, from trying again, from failing. And I know that these feelings sound very scary, and probably they are. But these are the things that shape us. They shape who you will be tomorrow. They shape who you will be in 1 year, in 10 years, as grown-ups, and how you will shape the society that we all live in. And what I suggest is not that you forget about technology, you cannot do that, but I suggest that you step out of it now and then. Because the more you connect online, the less you connect in line with yourself. What to do when you're being overwhelmed by screens, by emotions, by noise? You breathe. Easy as that. You do something that is by default, that we're doing by default. It's what keeps us alive, but we forgot to breathe with intention. And now I will dare you to try with me together to have a long breath in and then an even longer breath out. Do you know what happens? What? The body sends a signal to the brain that it is safe, and that is the moment when your heartbeats slow down, when your nervous system calms down, and when you can really reconnect, not to the internet, but to yourself. And there are 3 other tools that I thought about sharing with you today that helped me a lot in my life, but that I have discovered later on in my life. And maybe for those of you who are young and still want to learn certain things, I would suggest like this. So the first tool or skill would be to pause before you react. Because your emotions are data. And when you take a break even for 5 seconds, you will go from reaction into reflection. And you will give the chance to your wiser self to respond, not to be triggered. And when you have a problem, it's a cliche, I know, but when you have a problem and you stay still for a little bit, you will see that all the answers are inside. So you just need to step back. The second tool that I would suggest would be to move your body. Because your body can release what your mind cannot. And with every walk, every jog, every dance, every stretch, your body processes the stress hormones that otherwise you would keep stuck inside your body. And when you do that, you will have no more brain fog and you will have emotional clarity. And the third tool would be to go out and meet people offline, because with every connection, with every laughter together, with every awkward moment, you will bring out to life something that is ancient in each one of us, and that is connection. So do use these tools, and connection and being present in our modern times, maybe it's sometimes an act of rebellion. So what will I suggest or think about at the end of my talk? It's that we should bring life into our living. We should use AI as a tool, not as a crutch. We should use the phones to set up meetings, not to hold meetings. We should use our brains and our hearts in an equal measure. Because in my opinion, balance your mind is not about being perfect, it's about being present. And ignite the future is not about coding it, it's about feeling it, it's about shaping it, it's about living it. So, I dare you today to try to talk to someone for 5 minutes, to look them into the eye, and you will see this is so thrilling. Because I'm sure that you also crave the same future as I do. One that is filled with empathy, with creativity, and with connection. And something like this is not being done by machines, but is being done by humans, like me, and humans like you. Thank you.